Hope everybody is doing good tonight or today, whenever you might be watching. Went to the flea market yesterday, got a bunch of stuff, and I got some packages today I want to open up. I got some cards to open up. I got some cards not to open up. And yeah, maybe some things to talk about. I don't know. Let's see how it goes. So the first thing I want to do is open up these packages from Dan, who's from, he's got a channel, Hard R Cards. I don't know what his address. This was from his giveaway that he did, I think, for his 100th subscribers. He's got a really cool channel, and oh boy, says Dave, thank you for supporting the channel. Threw in a 91 Sabo for you, Dan Hard R Cards. That is a pleasant surprise, and I am prepared today with scissors to open things up. His channel is getting subscribers pretty quickly. Really cool. I like the guy. Let's see. I think this is I think it was 2018 Topps, and there is a I don't know, there's a relic or an autograph in here. There we go. And this is the real prize. 91 Sabo. Is he in here already? He's not in here. Interesting. Put him in though. We'll put him in after. And let's see what's in here. Met some really cool people this weekend at the flea market, which is not something I usually say. So I'm not going to go through all these cards right now. I'm going to go sort through them after and pick the ones that I'm going to keep in the... Oh, that's a nice Walker Buehler rookie. I forgot that was in there. So I'm going to go through these later. And there's another package. You know, a lot of this stuff I don't have the space for right now. I have the space, I guess I don't have the space without things becoming too cluttered. And I'm trying to make my life less cluttered, because I think that's a good thing. And that is often difficult when you like to collect stuff, as I'm sure everybody out there watching knows. So I am going to end up giving a lot of stuff away. It feels good to give things away. So there's more of a base, and I think this is a hit. And it's going to be in one touch, which is nice. Here's a show code for 18 if anybody uses it. If you can see that. I don't have that. I have the show 19, which I play way too much. So Miguel Sano. I like the Twins. I don't know if I'm going to see that or not. So, Dan, thank you. And I will put a link to your channel in the description. Everybody should go check out his channel. So it is cool. And he's also, I don't know if I mentioned before, he's very knowledgeable about baseball too. So this is from the, how do I describe him? The mysterious, I guess, it's kind of mysterious, Chris Sabo's glasses. And if you haven't been to his channel and seen the trailer that he just put up for his channel, it is one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time, and I'm not exaggerating. It is really amazing. I'll put a link to his channel, also to the video that he made. Sorry about taking, I don't like dead air, but... So there are some cards in here. we have very, very cool. A webcam. Look at these legs. Very, very sci-fi. I can't thank you enough. You've been so kind to me, and I hope you. I'm trying my best to put together something nice for you, and I hope you enjoy it as much as the stuff that you've sent me. This is going to be great. I don't know. I don't know really what I want to do with live streams yet, except interact with people. And it's hard for me sometimes to talk by myself, to myself. So that's pretty much it. I just want to interact with people and get to know you guys better. So we have, this is really cool. My cat is going to be a real problem in a minute. So we have a Ken Shamrock, prominent cuts, upper deck. I have mixed feelings about Ken Shamrock. I like, maybe I'll do a video on mixed martial arts stuff if anybody's really interested in it. Keith Jardine, it's the same thing, prominent cuts, yeah. We have, I don't know what this is. Joe Louis, karate. I don't know. I don't even know what set this is, but they're really nice looking cards. It says chosen the greatest karate fighter of all time among Americans, a survey done by Karate Illustrated in 1983. Karate kickbox, 10th degree black belt, studied with Bruce Lee. I don't know this guy. I don't really know a lot about karate, but really nice looking card, and I like it. We have Chuck Liddell, Iceman, who I'm modeling my hair after. I don't really. It's just because I'm going bald and I'm trying to fight it with a mohawk. The friggin' just phenomenal athlete, Anderson Silva. Josh Neer, autograph. This is, yeah, same set. Deck. Cage Fighter Signatures. Very cool. Mike Swick. Brandon Vera. And John Fitch. These are really nice. I'm not familiar with this series. I wasn't buying too much in 2009, and to be quite honest with you, I wasn't really into mixed martial arts or grappling at that time. I was when I was young, with the first UFCs. Recently tried to go back and watch all the UFCs in order, and I think I got up to, I can't remember what I got up to, like 13 or 17, and I quit. I couldn't do it. It's really interesting to go back and watch those old UFCs to see how much it's changed. Even like Hoist Gracie, watching him just sit there for 30 minutes and hold somebody in his guard, not doing anything, waiting to get him with a triangle or, he's very, day one armbar from guard. It's a really interesting thing to watch. I used to love Tank Abbott, and I don't know why he's not in the UFC Hall of Fame. He should be. He's not the greatest fighter, but people loved watching him. I loved watching him. He had a real mystique about him back then. These are fantastic. I will keep these. I actually like them enough where I might want to go and see if I can find a box of them to open. And man, I can't thank you enough for all the cool things that you've done for me, and I know you've done for other people, the Jabs brothers. And I hope you do something with your channel, because your tastes are varied and interesting enough where I think you'd stand out, and you obviously have talent in video editing. The Unsolved Mysteries thing was fantastic. So, great, thank you. I got these Stremski for myself for the PC. It's off-centered, but it's still a sharp card, and I think 82, this series of Flair is really nice. I like very minimalistic looking cards. So I got that, and I got these. I got a box of Stadium Club. This is going to be for the free break coming up. And this was as well. The 90 Bowman was for the free break. And I briefly inspected it when I was there, and I should have looked closely because they're just coming apart. So I assumed that they were searched. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do a break, a group break if it's searched. So I opened up some packs, and I don't think they were searched. I think that they were not stored properly, and they may have been damp. The cards themselves actually feel almost damp. They feel not wet, but almost there. So I got the 92 Stadium Club. My intention was to go to the flea market and buy a ton of junk wax for free breaks, and unfortunately the prices on most of them are ridiculous there. I don't know how they sell them. Maybe they don't, but one of the guys at the flea market, this is the Rainham Flea Market in Massachusetts, this guy Bob, he gave me a good deal so long as I shouted him out on video, and I'm happy to do that if you're ever in the area. He's in the back end of the Rainham Flea Market, and I got the 2 boxes, the 90 Bowman, the 92 Stadium Club, this, and a bunch of this Stremski, and a bunch of other cards that are going to be sent out to people, and I don't want to show them. I would rather keep them as a surprise, and for a really good deal. So shout out to Bob at the Rainham Flea Market. So I'm going to open some of these Bowman in a minute, and another shout out to this dude. His name's David. He's also at the Rainham Flea. He has one of the most well-curated booth stands there, and in general that I've seen in the past few years at antique shops and flea markets, all that type of stuff. And his prices are so reasonable. A lot of times, especially dealing with 80s nostalgia, 80s and 90s, the prices are just crazy. And his stuff is great. It's clean, it's nice, it's interesting, and he's a really nice guy. And we started talking about some John Hughes movies and John Landis movies, and I ended up getting this, which I don't know if I'm going to give away right now. I kind of want to keep it just because I love Rambo and I love ninja stuff. So I may keep it, I may give it away. I know some people that would probably like it more than I would, and we'll see. And he also threw these in, which is Fear Devils 3. This is a surf movie. I have not watched it. It's from Captain Carrot Video Productions. I saw the Grim Reaper in the surf, and I had to buy it. And I looked it up a bit, and it's just apparently, these dudes and his friends screw around and made some movies in the 90s, and I don't know. I'm not into surfing, but I like the art. It's really cheesy and looks cool. So there's that, and Chinese Super Ninjas, which is also 5 Element Ninjas, or 5 Elemental Ninjas, which is I think on Prime, and it's really fun, gory, pretty influential martial arts movie. This is by SB. I don't know who this. This is pretty typical of a lot of martial arts movies. Like if you were to go into Chinatown in Boston, it's probably the same in other big cities. I don't know about VHS now, but back in the day, you would see a lot of kind of bootleggy tapes like this. I wouldn't call this a bootleg as much as I would call it just, very, almost bootleg, I guess I'd call it. I don't know. But Best Collection of Martial Arts Movies and Old School is the company, apparently, or SB, which maybe just, I have no idea. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know. It's Five Element Ninjas. It's a cool movie. It's definitely worth checking out. It is really gory, and you can kind of see some blood on his hands there, which kind of fits in with the theme right now. Right now is in tonight, because I'm going to do another video after this about ninja movies, and I did one before, but I wasn't as comfortable talking on a camera then, and I didn't have as many people subscribed, so I wanted to do a new one. I was thinking about this earlier, the Rambo cartoon, and I've never seen it. I had to look it up. I owned as a kid toys from Rambo, Force of Freedom, and I watched the intro to the cartoon, and it was, very clearly a G.I. Joe style show. But I don't know how I never saw it. 86, I was pretty young. I was 3 or 4. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just missed it. But I love Rambo. I love the first Rambo. I actually like all the Rambos, but the first one is the best. I'd like to read the book at some point. I know in the book I think he kills himself at the end, or he has Troutman kill him, or I can't remember Brian Denny's character easily, but he dies at the end. And I know that was, at least in the original script, or was filmed, and the original cut of the movie was like 3.5 hours long. I guess it was really, really bad. Where Stallone stepped in, and he thought it was going to kill his career, and he had the studio come in and fix it, cut it down to like 90 minutes. One of the plot points I know that was in the book that was left out of the movie was the reason that Denny, his character, hates Rambo so much is not because he's like some drifter, and he's going to disrupt their quaint small town, is that he was in the Korean War, and he was bitter that the Vietnam War had all the attention, and the guys in the Korean War kind of got left out. No one cared about them. And there's a shot in Rambo where you can see I believe at the police station, where you can see Dennehy's medals in the back. But it's a great movie. I can't remember the guy who directed it, but he did Weekend at Bernie's and a bunch of other really garbage movies in the 80s and 90s. But he did a movie early 70s called Wake and Fright, which is unbelievable. It's about a teacher who gets kind of stranded in a small, kind of backwards, outbacky town full of drunks and chaos, and he kind of falls into that trap, and Donald Pleasant's in it. It's very dark. There's one scene, it's pretty notorious, it's Kangaroo Hunt, and the first time I saw it, I was shocked. I can't watch that scene, it's too brutal. They essentially go out and they kill a bunch of kangaroos, and they do it pretty violently. They run them over and stuff, and they're suffering. They're shooting them in a way that's not killing them purposely. And the director said, I didn't hurt any animals in it, and which is technically true, I guess, but he just kind of tagged along with these hunters, and as the night went on, the guys they were with just kept drinking more whiskey and more whiskey, and it became like this extremely scary and chaotic thing for the people involved in the movie. And from what I gather from things I've read is that the people that were making the movie were scared, and these hunters just absolutely went on a killing spree with these kangaroos. So if you ever watch the movie Wake and Fright, be prepared for this very gruesome scene involving animals. I can't remember the name of the agency in Australia, but they wanted that scene left in the movie so people would see it and be disgusted by it, and it would help change the laws about hunting kangaroos. So it's a great. Other than that, it's a great movie. It's very dark. It's not a popcorn flick. So, anyways, the guy David at the flea market. His name of his store is Look at His Junk, which is fantastic, and I'll link his Instagram in the description. And even if you're not in the area, maybe if you see something on the Instagram you like and you let me know, I could talk to him and go there and get it. He also said that he would put some stuff aside for giveaways on the channel, which is really cool of him. He didn't have to do that. And yeah, Look at His Junk at the Rainham Taunton Flea Market, and he said his Instagram will be in the description. Really nice guy. He said prices. People get so crazy when it comes to nostalgia right now, the 80s and 90s stuff, and the prices are so friggin' high that I find a lot of stuff unaffordable. The price I paid for this at another guy, it would have been a $20 item, and I don't know what the market is on this on eBay or something like this, but I got a really good price, fair price. So, yeah, let's open some 90 Bowman. Bowman was a series. I didn't own a lot of Bowmans when I was a kid. I never liked the way the cards looked. They were, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe them, but Bo Jackson. If you see anything you want in here that I'm not gonna PC, happy to pass it off to you. Frank Viola, what a face on that. George Brett, Ernie Rouse. Yeah, I don't know. These cards are just kind of blah. The border on them is the weird rainbow. Lou Whitaker. Got the gum stain. Yeah, I thought they were searched, and it doesn't matter anyways. The damage on some of these cards are enough where I didn't even have to really open it, just fell apart. The damage on some of these is enough where I wouldn't want to do a keep plate anyways with them. I was saying the other day of doing it like if you win a giveaway, you get a spot in a free break, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. Steve Lyons, good commentator or analyst. Bobby Bowe, Rick Honeycutt. That's the dude from Moneyball, right? Can't remember. Ferris, Tim Burke, Milt Thompson. Yeah, they feel kind of damp. I don't know what there's a Sosa rookie in here. I don't know what else. 90. Not even this gum. If anybody wants any of these things, I hate them. I'm not a fan of the pictures, and I'm also not a fan of the reverse of the giveaway. Creature from Black Lagoon. Fantastic movie. What's up with his eye? One of these days I'm going to go back and watch all the Universal monster stuff. Ellis Burks. I see him. Diego. Tom Gordon. know. Uh, so yeah, I don't know with the free breaks. I'm just gonna try to get I'd like to get like 6 or 7 boxes before I do it, so everybody can get in on it. Unfortunately, I'm not. I really hope that I could get Kevin Mitchell. I was really hoping that I could get them all locally, and that I didn't have to buy any online. But Ken Phelps looking like an absolute badass. Dan McDonald looking like not an absolute badass. Stuck like these cards shouldn't be stuck together. Okay, I guess it's just the wax here. Yeah, see that the edges on these are damaged too. A lot of them now they're more damaged because of this Chris Sabo lamp. By the way, the guy at the flea market that I've talked, look at his junk guy. That's where I got the Will of Sabo's lamp from. Barry Larkin, Steve Balboni. Tried watching Stranger Things, the new season last night, and I cannot get into that show. And I know how much people love it, and I don't want to say anything too bad about it. The first season was okay. The second season was not so good. I didn't enjoy it that much. I thought it was weird. Who was that? Saberhagen? And I didn't know the kid in that, the I can't remember his name, the weird looking kid. He has the same disease that Rocky Dennis had. Oh, poor Doc. Oh, what? Stained. I believe, or something very similar to the disease that Rocky Dennis had. I find myself talking about Rocky Dennis a lot lately. I don't know why. But yeah, I guess the nostalgia tripping gets a little, like if you remove the nostalgia from the show, the heavy, hey guys, it's Radio Shack. Do you remember Poltergeist and Dungeons and Dragons and all this type of stuff? I don't think anybody would care about the show. Oh, Ryan, that's a nice one though. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like something that you'd hear about 5 years later. Oh, there was this decent show on Netflix. If you want, you got nothing to watch. And I understand it. That's the selling point of a big selling point of the show. But I love it. I don't know. I don't like it that much. Will Clark, unfortunately, is stained up. Which is weird because I'm always buying this stuff, like heavy nostalgia stuff, but I don't know. I guess this is too in your face. Is that Sean Dustin? What his name was? I heard that show on Netflix, The Dark is really good though. Steve Sachs, Jeff Hamilton, John Olerud. I do PC him. Oh no, yeah, he's screwed. Sucks. Is that Pascal Perez's brother? Or am I being a racist? Brett Butler, did he die? Oh, who I'm talking to. And here we go. Come on, buddy. And that's okay. Eric Davis, Kevin Mitchell, Mike Bilecki. Bilecki. I don't know if you have any shows to recommend me. I'm all ears. I just finished 11/22/63, which was okay. I thought, I don't know. I didn't really like it that much, actually. I'm going to start The Terror soon. I was recommended. Dave Stewart, Bobby Thompson. What else? What else is good to watch? The Expanse I heard was good. I think I watched the first season of that. And Darwin. But the video that Chris Sabo's Glasses made me using the Unsolved Mysteries intro is fantastic. And Unsolved Mysteries, I think I said in a video a while back, but maybe the creepiest, scariest piece of media ever produced. So with Randolph, Little Ken Boyd. I probably mentioned it before, but he got that name because he would drink his moonshine out of oil cans. Lane, Earl Cunningham. Earl Cunningham was hot for a minute. Ryan Sandberg on the side. Jim Abbott. Unsolved Mysteries was just absolutely terrifying. And it still is. I have to be in the right frame of mind to watch that movie because it makes me feel so bad. Watch that show. You know, it has the music, right, which is just scary as hell. The intro, and then you get Robert Stack. Robert Stack comes out, right? This dude is no joke, right? He means business. He's coming out and saying, listen, there's something wrong in this world, and I'm going to tell you about it, and you're going to listen. And when he was doing it, like Wednesday nights at 9 in 1988, like 10 o'clock rolls around, you can't get on the phone, or you have to get on the phone with somebody, or you can't get online, and it's late, and you're just kind of left there to think about these things. Oof. And you have no idea. You can't go fact check things like you can now. So, see, sorry about that. Had to get my charger and then decided to make a cup of coffee and I spilled it everywhere. So, that is pretty typical of me. I'm not sure if I got this back on camera or not. Oh wait, there's another. So, if anybody needs a Sosa rookie, let me know. I believe Mo Vaughn's rookie is in this. Oh, Jesus. You know, I tell you, you say the words Mo Vaughn, and sometimes he appears. Maurice made his professional baseball debut in New Britain in 1909. That is pretty cool to you call on him and he comes. I feel like people are going to think that's set up because there was a skip in the camera. It was not. Hit dog. Unsolved Mysteries. What I was about to say was that it's really kind of an interesting study on how you fill in the gaps when you don't have the right information. But present you this story. I'm not talking about these super, like the ghost haunted houses or the UFO stuff that they had. Juan Gonzalez rookie. I may have, that's got a terrible centering. The top is awful. I may have a couple of those already, and if I do and anybody wants it, let me know. So with Unsolved Mysteries, they'll present you this story, and your mind just goes absolutely crazy without the piece of information that's making it a mystery. And then Robert Stack would come out and say, update, Kurt Schilling. And he'd say, is that Jay Bune rookie? I don't think so. Update. And he'd be like, Sophie's sister killed her because she wanted money. Or something. Be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? most of the mysteries, are pretty mundane when you got to that double yumps. When you got to the piece of information that made it a mystery to begin with. And I know that seems obvious and silly, but I think that should be. Thought that was Juan Gonzalez. Looks a lot like that Juan Gonzalez card. Is that racist? Dennis Eckersley. I think it's good to apply that to anything, especially paranormal stuff. There's a guy that I can't remember his name. He's a former private investigator, and his website is Missing 411, and it's kind of deep. It was missing people, missing persons cases, mostly that are people that went missing in state and national forests. Oh, it's getting late. I'm starting to. I'm not getting my words out right. And he makes like weird connections, like why are people with red shirts going missing in this part of the forest in this state, and he starts to get weird. He connects it to Bigfoot and crap like that, but a lot of the stories remind me of Unsolved Mysteries in that they probably fell down a hill and died, or fell into a pond, they drowned or something. It's not as crazy as you think. Roger Clemens. But I'm starting to ramble because I'm getting tired. Anyways, Unsolved Mysteries is a cool show. It wasn't so cool when what's his name took over, Dennis Faria. Frank Thomas. I don't think I have that, so I'm pretty excited. I like that card a lot. And what other shit? Like, you had that whole in the 90s with Fox, and they had the sightings and X-Files, and then they did their alien autopsy, and they did the McPherson tapes or whatever they're called. It's a found footage film, one of the first found footage. Pascal Perez. David Cohn, Rob Dibble. And you had Fact or Fiction, which I love that has become a meme now within this Jonathan Frakes just saying how much, saying, gotcha, or tricked you. Tom Mattingly. Fact or Fiction. Was that Fact or Fiction Beyond Belief, or was there a show called Beyond Belief? I don't remember. But that was a really cool time for... I hate this Mattingly card. I don't know why. It's kind of blurry and it really looks like he doesn't want to be taking a picture. Ricky Wilson. Stay away from this guy if you ever see him on the streets. And McGuire's on the back, all gum stained and ruined. I'm not even gonna put that aside. It's not even worth keeping it. The 90s was a really great time for paranormal stuff and getting into it, and it was fun, and it was creepy, and you couldn't connect with people the way you do now, so you were left to think about things and stew on them. And I remember making a UFO binder, bringing it to my father's house, and just like looking at the crap, and yeah, I don't know what I thought I was doing some paranormal investigator or something when I was a kid, but it was cool. There was a website called the Black Vault that I was really big into, which is, I think the early 2000s was probably the biggest paranormal website at the time, and Dale Murphy. They had the largest collection of files from the using the Freedom of Information Act on UFOs and things like that available at the time. And man, were there some crazy people on that forum. So crazy. It was really cool. And now everybody's got a friggin' HD camera in their pocket at all times, and still can't get a good video of UFO or Bigfoot. I had hoped to do that interview yesterday, but it keeps... I don't really PC Dave Winfield. I don't know. I don't like him. Gary Sheffield. There we go. Every time I try to make plans to do that, it ends up falling through. So I'm going to try Thursday or Friday this week. So Alvin Davis. And I'm sure that's something that's going to be talked about on NASDAQ Hackers. It's, how things were different back then than they are now. In regards to paranormal stuff. Eddie Murray, Bob Hamlin. I don't know why it makes me laugh. Ugh. Mike Scott, he looks like Rocky Dennis in that picture. Yikes. Terry Pendleton. That's right there. Rex Jose, Dave Sutcliffe, Derek Parks. I don't remember him. And the last one is Mike Heath. So that's it. So if anybody wants a Sosa rookie, let me know. These are pretty much the cards I'm going to PC. Obviously the Mobon I'm keeping. The Thomas I think I need. So I'll go through, and if you see anything, if you want the Ryan, the Sheffield I'm keeping. Murphy, somebody wants. The Mattingly's. Smith I keep. Clemens I keep. God, it feels like awful. Clark if someone wants it. Kruk. Ackersley I keep. Puckett you can have. Yount you can have. Schilling for I'll keep. Gonzalez. If I have another Juan Gonzalez, you can if you anybody out there wants it, they have it. If they want a Sosa, Abbott I keep. Sandberg. Jackson I keep. Older I keep. Clark is another Ryan. Larkin, Gooden, Burks. I don't want. Nobody's gonna want that Doc Gooden card. Brett. Beside Smith, I'll keep, and actually I'll put that one in there. So if anybody wants any of the cards that went to the right, I didn't say I keep, let me know, or any of the common stuff that I didn't want. If you want them all, let me know and you can have them. So going forward, as I said, I want to get a bunch of junk wax, and I want Fridays to be free break Fridays. But I want to do it in a way that's fair, and I don't want to get overwhelmed by it. I don't mind buying them and shipping them free at all. Overwhelmed in that it can get, I see on some other channels where it can get a bit chaotic and people can get mad, and I just want to make sure it's done right before I do it. But it will happen. And that's what Fridays I would like to have. Now that I have this camera from the wonderful Chris Sabo's glasses, I could stream it on Fridays as well. Tuesdays, I want to see. I hate saying like this is. I understand why people do it, like have the date, like Throwback Thursdays, Family Friday, Flashback Fridays, all this type of stuff. I just don't like saying it. I don't like words coming out of my mouth. But I want to do like Tuesdays for like tape talk or something like that. Please, God, don't kill me. So that night where I could just kind of talk about movies, and maybe a couple people if they will want to hear it. I guess just to get it out of my system, and I do want to start doing some guitar related videos. On Wednesday, I have a new amp coming, a Kemper I bought, and I would like to do a night where I upload some type of lesson. I don't know if anybody would be really interested in that. I'm trying to be as varied as possible. It's hard to for me lately to keep track of a lot of channels. There's a lot of channels I'm subscribed to, and it gets difficult. And I want to try my best to be as varied as possible, because I think it's really easy to. I just don't want to open up cards. I want to do other things too. And as I said in the other video, it becomes a little therapeutic for me to do it. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I was a bit rambly. I'm tired. And I said, any of these cards that went to the right, if you want them, if you want any of the comments, real quick, I will go through the cards from Dan from Hard Art Cards, the base stuff, and put aside the ones that I want. And if anybody wants the other ones, they can let me know, and I'm happy to send them your way. All right, so I'll just say keep if I plan on keeping it, and that may change later. Dylan Mabel's, I will keep it. Casimir, or Syndergaard, no, I don't think so. Alex Smith, what a sick name, Alex. Michael Taylor, I'll keep that. Jorge or George. I'm a fool. Don't worry about the way I pronounce things. Pretty much only keeping rookies and a few star players. Luke Weaver I'm keeping. Somebody wants that Nelson Cruz, they have it. Kyle Farmer keeping the Manny Margot. Gary Carter I'm keeping, PCM. So it's all about that hair. Can't resist it. Alright, the Bueller I'm keeping for now, but maybe I'll use it as a giveaway later. I know a lot of people really love Walker Bueller. He is great. Reds. Martinez. Morrison. Greg Bird. No. I will keep that. Ryan McCann, black and white, for now. I need to organize my collection really, really bad. And once I do, I will, Bogart's keeping, Freddie Freeman I'm keeping. Once I do, I will start, I'll have so much stuff to give you guys. Because Clint Frazier rookie, I know Austin really likes this. Let me know if you have this card. If you don't, you can have it. If not, I'm gonna hold on to it for now. Houston Astros, David Wright, Hendricks, Phillip Evans, rookie, keeping that. Castro, keeping it. Ichiro, definitely keeping that. I love Ichiro. Kurt Suzuki. Base. Good room, keeping that. Matt Strom. I don't want that. Seth Smith, Jason Hayward, and the kind of refractor parallel I'm keeping for the moment. So anything that went over the right that I didn't say I was keeping, if anybody wants it, let me know. I'd rather, if you don't say, oh, I want them all, because I'd rather do them singles or small groups so everybody can get what they want. And listen, if there's anything that anybody's watching this wants me to do or think would be interesting, let me know. I'm really trying hard to do some different things in the future and be a little bit more, have a little bit more variety than just opening cards. There's nothing wrong with that at all, and it's fun. I really enjoy it. I enjoy the hunt of chasing rookies and autographs and relics. I really do like doing it, and I love baseball, but I just want to do some more things. So if you have any suggestions, or if you think that there's something I could do better, let me know. I'm trying to get better with getting not being so nervous on talking to a camera. So it's going to take some time. And that's it. Now I'm probably going to film another video right now for tomorrow with the tapes, and if I get too tired, I'm going to do it tomorrow night. So that's it. I hope you guys have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed the video.